Hello from Johnson's Corner in Johnstown, Colorado. Yay, I'm back in Colorado. I'm back in the snow. Yeah, I love winter, right? Hey, you have to forgive me if I kind of go on things that I haven't really talked about, because I've made videos, like I've said before, I just don't post them because it's a lot of work to sit there and just let it upload, and with all the videos I actually do, it's just not worth it. So anyways, I don't know where I left off. It's been a long few weeks. Got to spend some home time with my family, and I really enjoyed that. After I got home time, was a load going up to Colorado, and the snow had stopped, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I didn't have chains. It wasn't too far into Colorado. It wasn't on any interstates that required chains, but still nerve-wracking. They had me load up on loose potatoes. It wasn't fun, because you have to back your open trailer onto. Anyways, you pretty much have to aim their conveyor belt straight into your trailer, and obviously you can't see inside your trailer. You can't see where the conveyor belt's going to be moving and all that stuff. Well, not moving, but where the conveyor belt's headed, so you don't hit the sides of your trailer and all that stuff. So you have to depend solely on the people that are behind you guiding you in. And then you have to, once you get in there, they start loading you up, and they turn the light on, and you're supposed to move, and once the light turns off, you're supposed to stop. Well, the light doesn't stay on for very long. See, it's like I move like 2 feet, then 1 foot, then 1 foot, then 1 foot, then not even a foot. This is all within minutes of each other. And my truck doesn't idle, so I kept turning off, because the only way I can stop it from shutting down is by giving it gas. And my foot was on the brake, because I couldn't really put the air brakes on. So if the air brakes on, that means it would take longer for me to move when the light comes on. So I had to keep my foot on the brake. So I couldn't really set on the gas or hit the gas, so my truck wouldn't shut down. So I just kept having to turn my truck back on and on and on. And that was fun and embarrassing at the same time. Needless to say, that all got loaded. Actually, I was a little bit late picking up. Not by much, but they said they didn't have enough light to load the trailer. There was lights all over the place. So I had to wait till the morning and then do that. But so I was looking to be late on the delivery. I was supposed to be delivering at 6 o'clock in the morning, like a few days after that, and obviously that wasn't going to happen. So I talked to the people who FFB contracted me out to. A lot of my companies I've ever worked for have always contracted me out. That says nothing. Anyways, they were really cool. Good to go transport, and they said, well, you can either do 1 p.m. that same day, or 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. the next morning. And I looked at my clock, and I looked at my hours, and I did it all up, and I was like, I might be able to make 1 o'clock. And they're like, okay, well, let's try to get to 1 o'clock. And I called them about a few hours before I get there, and I told them, you know what, I don't think I'm going to make it there by 1 o'clock. If anything, I can make it about 1:30, 1:40. She's like, well, you know what, just go down there, and if they can load you, they can load you. If not, we'll reset you up for 6 a.m. the next morning. I was like, okay, that's fine. I get into Dallas, which I'm starting to refer to as construction capital of the world. Dallas and Fort Worth, I swear to God, almost every freaking interstate that they have, every highway that's around those two cities is under construction at some point along the way. Very easy to get lost in all that construction. Very easy to miss turns and exits in that construction. So anyways, I was going through, and I was in one of those ones where the exits goes from 3 lanes over here, goes to that direction, 2 lanes go to this direction. Well, I happen to be in the wrong lane, and I had my turn signal. I had my turn signal on, so there was this car just riding my right tip of my trailer going back and forth, and I had my turn signal on for like 5-10 minutes. Maybe not that long, but you get the drift. I had it on for a long time. This bitch would not let me in at all. It pissed me off. But so needless to say, I missed my exit and had to do all turnaround, and I had to do a reroute. It was not fun, but needless to say, I finally got to the receiver about 30 minutes. I got there about 1:40, so what I originally told them. So when I first called, when I called them, told them I was gonna be a little bit late, and I told them, I was like, you know what, I could make it if it wasn't for like traffic, construction, stupid people, and all that stuff. So I was right on at 1:40. I get in there and like, yeah, well, we'll have 2 spots open behind behind the building. Go pull up one, give the guy your weight, this, that, other. Okay. Here's the receiver. Wait, okay. This is backwards. Here's a one-way going this way. Here's a one-way going this way. Right? No. Anyways, the back was a one-way, and it was a really tight fit. It was like a one street, one way, coming from pretty much where I think it was an interstate or a highway turn. It was on ramp or off ramp from the highway onto that street. And then there was another street. The street kept going from the opposite direction, so it was a fork going into one, which happened to be where I had to back in, blindsided back against the one-way traffic. Oh, lovely! I think it's starting to snow. Needless to say, it wasn't fun. I got it in there about 10 minutes, I think. And if you're not familiar with how they unload loose potatoes, it's actually interesting. But in that situation, I was kind of frustrated because of the backing. But I'm proud of myself that I got it in such a short time. But and there was also a lot of homeless people. One of this homeless guy stopped traffic for me. Of course, he kind of persuaded me to give him a little bit of money afterwards for helping me out, which, you know, I've been in his situation, so I gave him $5. But for stopping traffic, which is because as I was backing up, all I heard was screeches from cars. Because not only was it going onto a one-way from 2 major streets, 2 major road systems, it was also a blind curve. So all these cars zooming past, thinking that, oh, I'm just going to zoom on through the street. As they get across the curve, they see a fucking a semi truck backing up, and they can't get past. So it was nice to have that guy stop traffic. Anyways, I had to load or back the trailer up onto one side of my trailer was on a concrete slab, and the other was on the ground, so it was tilted. It was interesting to see. But then they flood the trailer, and then they kind of push all the loose potatoes out and all that stuff. I got it in, and as I was sitting there getting unloaded, there was another guy, looked like he was an experienced driver, trying to back in. Pretty much the same backing I just did, and it took him about 30 minutes. So I was like, you know what? I don't feel too bad. I had to kind of go into over a curb into some mud, but I had no other choice because it was like 1.5 lane, because one of the lanes was merging into the other one, so it was pretty much 1.5 one lane. So I had to kind of go into the curb to back in, and this guy was just all over the place. But I was pretty proud of myself, especially after seeing an experienced driver go through so much trouble doing it. Anyways, I finally get to the terminal. Because the reason why I went to Dallas in the first place, I loved going to Dallas, was to get my license plate. Since I do have a 2012, I had a temporary license plate, and I've been waiting for the past 30 days to get one. So finally, I got my license plate. I'm official now. I have my license plate. It's amazing how that one little piece of metal on the front of my truck makes me feel better. But I had the license plate because there were some way station or some scales in Arizona actually ask you for your license plate number to get your weight. Don't ask me why. They said, oh, it's a new thing. Anyways, so I got that. The apartment my family was going to go into fell through. We're still looking, and it kind of sucks because isn't next week Christmas? going on. Because right now they're still in a hotel room, and my mom's sister said, "Oh, don't talk to me again until you have an apartment." They gave him another week, so in other words, they had to be out by Friday evening. So we're kicking him out for Christmas. Awesome. Lovely family. Thankful that they don't have an apartment, but to say something like that is not cool. But then I got a load going back to Colorado, and I told them, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to go further into Colorado until I get some snow chains. And they have me doing a deadhead, which they have me pulling this empty to this receiver here in Colorado, about 20 miles away. So I told them, I was like, I'm not going anywhere without chains. They're like, okay, well, just find a place that sells them and request a PO. And I was like, okay. So there was only one truck stop in Amarillo that I came across that I called that had chains, and that was the TA, MPTA. So now I'm chained up. I'm running legally in Colorado, so that's good. And as I was sitting here waiting, I was like, well, can I empty the trailer anytime? He's like, yeah, you can, but you know what, I know not to start my clock until I know what I'm doing. I wasn't going to start my clock until after I heard from him in the first place, but he's like, well, don't start your clock until we know, have a pre-plan for you. I was like, okay. That was about 4 hours ago. So, meanwhile, I was just sitting here waiting for that pre-plan. My mom's telling me, because I told her I was going to try to get down to Albuquerque. She's like, well, be careful because we have a pretty big blizzard. Blizzard conditions on I-40 and I-25 through Albuquerque. I was like, oh shit. Well, I looked online because things said Johnston's Corner, free internet. I looked online to find out, yes, there is a huge blizzard, or a huge storm supposed to hit this whole entire area of the high plains. So they better get that pre-plan on me quick. But that's what's been happening. You know, be safe out there. Peace.